What's up, y'all? A little faith, and welcome to the Michael Jordan episode of the Fagnostic Podcast. That's right, it's episode number 23. Swoosh! I'm your host, Matt Hayes, and if I'm still giving you episodes, it means that I'm still looking for answers. Today's episode features a very intimate conversation with my brother, who is probably my very first ally, even without me knowing it.
Aww.
Garrett is 4 years my junior, but decades ahead of me in wisdom, life experience, and impact. He became a dad at the age of 17, and as you'll hear in this episode, it changed all of our lives going forward. He's the baddest guy I know. He was Dr. Pepper 10's Man of the Year and was featured in all their marketing and social media campaigns. He's also a lineman, working on power poles and lines all over the country. After last year's winter storm that took out power to much of New England, he was the one that flipped the switch back on for the Statue of Liberty.
America.
If you can't tell by the end of the episode, we were drinking. So, sit back and listen to two brothers who couldn't be more opposite except for the love we have for each other and our family talk about how we've perceived all we've been through. Get ready to fall in love with my brother, Garrett Tina. What up, G?
What it do, baby?
What language is that? Okay, so you and I have never spoken at length about anything related to my coming out or how you changed our family dynamic in relation to me being gay. And this is what this episode is all about. So I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous. Also because whenever I record episodes, I do it from the comfort of my own home, where I'm in control, and I do it through Zoom, where I feel a little bit at distance. But this is like in real life. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous too now that you've granted me with the responsibility of changing our family's dynamics.
Well, you know what? They deserve it. No, we love our family. Okay, Garrett, are you a believer?
Yes.
Okay, expound.
Expound.
Yeah, what does that mean to you?
I'm a Christ follower. I do believe in God and Jesus and the
Well, that
Trinity.
sucks.
For some people. I mean, that's kind of the whole concept.
No, I'm kidding. We on this podcast we love Christ. We just don't like Christians.
I just don't like the way some of them act.
Yeah. No, I don't mean, no, this is not about shaming anybody's faith. This is because I want to be a Christian and I want to be a Christ follower. I just don't have a good example of which to follow. But I tell you what, but this is what this is all about too, because like, I know y'all go to church and you have a good church with a good pastor, and it's about shining light on the voices that should be showcased, because the ones that are showcased right now in the media are not the ones that give any kind of semblance to Christ or his teachings.
That's because they're the loudest.
Well, and that's what I preach too, is that if the right voices have got to start speaking louder. So this is also another chance for y'all for you to shine a light on that. So you are a believer. Can you also identify your pronouns for us?
His, him, and he.
That's close enough. Just so y'all know, I coached him on because I know his pronouns and how he identifies, but
and I totally respect that.
I know, but you got him right. It's perfect. So thank you for doing that. So tell us, Garrett, Dr. Pepper 10's Man of the Year. Tell us who you are, how you got here, how we're related, and anything else, and we'll get rolling.
Oh man, there's a lot to that story. Oh. You're my brother.
Yep.
I got here as a very rocky road by my own choices. Grew up, thought I was going to be some baseball or soccer player.
Or rock star.
Or a rock star. That didn't come until a little bit later, though. Never really thought I was going to be a rock star.
And just so you know, Garrett is a fucking fierce musician.
No, I'll tell you what it was. My dream growing up was to be full dark ops military, be lethal, dropped behind enemy lines, and be sent in to grab a piece of paper and get out of there. Nobody ever knew I was there. That was my dream growing up. And it still is, but it's good to have dreams, fantasies. It's just always in the back of my mind. When I was 17... Braxton, my son, was brought into this world, which completely changed everything because I almost had our dad talked into signing for me to join the Marine Mars Ops.
Before Braxton was even known about?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And like 2 weeks after we had...
Wait, so Dad convinced you to join the Marines?
No. I convinced him to almost be willing to sign the papers.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It was coming. And 2 weeks after that really long discussion, Braxton came to be known about, and it changed everything. I didn't know what I was going to do. I could have worked at Kroger, Kmart, which is a grocery store down here in the South.
We have Kroger brand, but it's not Kroger, it's Pavilions.
Oh, Pavilions. Is that the same owned company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But wait, can we go back to Braxton for a second, because that's the most pivotal, transformational part of our family history, I feel like.
Yeah.
In the best way. He changed all of our lives for the better without even knowing that it was meant. I mean, to me, he was like, he's the Christ of our family, in that he fixed us. He made us face what we were not facing. Mm-hmm. And without even knowing that he was doing it. And he still is. That's the thing. I mean, he, to this day, is like causing us to have conversations that we weren't having beforehand. I mean, he has changed everything for our family for the better.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's no
I'll never forget
that.
the night that I found out about him. I was doing a show called Godspell in college, and it was like 9:00 at night. I was at Auburn, and Mom and Dad called me together. And if your parents call you together, you know, like something's up, right? Yeah. And they said, "Son, are you home?" And I was like, "No, I'm driving." And they're like, "We need to talk about something." And I was like, "Okay, like, you know, who's Dad?" And they said, "Garrett is going to have a baby." And I was like, "No, he's not." And like, "No, he is." And they were both crying. And I was like, "Okay." But, you know, even from that moment, their faith got them through whatever that turmoil was.
Yeah.
Because no matter how perfect things can be, you don't want your teenage kid to have a baby, you know?
Right.
But their faith was so prevalent that they saw light from the moment that they heard about him. And I know that I don't know what they told. Like, what did they tell you when you said? I mean, how did you? Because I know how it happened, but like,
oh man,
because she was 4 months pregnant when we found out.
Yeah,
she was wearing large hoodies. She was playing volleyball, right?
Right. It's been so long ago, I can't even remember about.
Braxton's 14 years old now.
Yeah,
and he'll be 15 in January.
Oh my
God.
The night that I remember that all this going down, I got the phone call from his mom and got the news, and I said, "All right, I will tell my parents." And so I hung up the cordless phone, mind you, wonderful piece of technology back then, and I just started to convulsively cry, and Dad came running back there and said, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I said, "You're going to disown me." And
oh my God.
So he was like, no, son, never. He was probably in his head thinking, "Oh, I hope he's just smoking pot." And so we're walking down the hallway, and he's got his arm around me. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm in close range. I need to break free and then tell him.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I told him as we were walking into the living room, and of course, he was shocked, surprised. I told him I got his mom pregnant, and it was just shock. And he separated himself from me physically, probably just not to grab me or, you know, when you're in shock like that, you don't want to touch anything. You don't want to, you know. And so pacing around, he was surprised and shocked. And
was Mom there?
No, she was at work.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But our mom at the time was a labor and delivery nurse, and she probably
worked late into the night.
Well, and she also dealt with these kinds of cases all the time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't prepare you for it to be in your own backyard.
Right. Especially as a Southern Baptist family.
Because also they were in the same Sunday school class as what would be the other grandparents.
Correct. That is correct. He he paced around for a little bit, and I'm sitting there, face in hand, crying,
God.
swallowing, not knowing what I
You're 17 years old at
don't
this
know what
point.
to do. You
I mean,
know?
your biggest worry is like prom or, like your after school job or baseball
Well, there was also a concern for his mom because she has to deal with carrying a child, and I mean, I just felt generally bad in every way for her. But Dad called Mom and said, "You need to come home right now," and I was like, "Oh no." And she, of course, I could hear her on the other end of the phone. What's going on? Is everybody okay? Yes, everybody's okay. You need to come home right now.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she comes home, and Dad sits her down and makes me tell her.
He made you tell her?
I could be remembering that wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember him saying, "You need to tell her."
Oh my God.
And rightfully so. So I tell her, and she just teared up and said, "I thought this would happen." That's generally what I remember from that night. Just toting the guilt, pushed on me from everybody else. And I'm like, as a human being, when you make a mistake, you tote the guilt already, And I'm not saying they shouldn't have, placed guilt on me, and I don't judge them for that. But especially as an older teenager, you carry enough guilt as it is, and just seeing how upset everybody in this whole situation was.
Yeah.
I felt like I toted everybody's guilt. And it's common nature to look at the dad of a, teenage mom and think, you're never going to be anything. You want a piece of scum. And I'll say this, though. If that makes it easier for the mom, because the mom catches a lot of brunt for that, too.
Yeah.
I'd wear it again. I mean, I don't mind carrying it.
Why do you think that is the case, that the mom carries a lot of the brunt? Look at the Virgin Mary. She carried all of it.
True. That's a very different situation, though.
Well, is it? I mean,
That was Immaculate Conception.
Allegedly. But okay.
Well, if you choose to believe in the Bible, then you are choosing to accept that fact. They're viewed as a whore, and that's unfair.
It is unfair.
Like that's not right. But of course, how often do you see, here's a young mom with a child with no father, but the father's off doing whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. And that does happen. And that's something that about you that every single person recognized, is that you stepped up to the plate. And I know that you don't want to hit on that for a second, but that is what happened. I mean, you got a job. You knew. I mean, you got two jobs. Well, for any job at a 17-year-old salary is going to be. I mean, you knew at that moment you had to step up and provide for your new family.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know how though.
And you did. But that's the thing. There's no lesson in what you had to go through.
I definitely worked as much as I could, and then, after high school, I tried to work more.
But from the minute Braxton was heard about, you stepped up.
Yeah, for whatever room I had, I did.
Yeah.
Whatever room was allowed for me to step up, I did.
And that's, I mean, there are situations where you hear about these kinds of things and they go so south, so sour.
Yes.
But that's in my agnosticism, what I will credit faith and Christianity with is it got our family through that time. It got our parents through not just dealing with it, but knowing how to lead their kids through this, lead their son who was going through this with it. And it, to this day, I think has served them very well in that they had a guide with how to parent and how to grandparent. And I mean, everyone had to completely change how they saw life.
Yes.
Not just dealt with it, but succeeded at it.
Yeah. Because
of their positions in the church and in the community. And as a result, Braxton has turned out to be the best fucking kid in the world. I actually think he's more mature than any of us combined.
He still laughs at farts.
Well, and just so you know, Garrett just got married to who she's here with us, and she's the most beautiful woman in the world. And the wedding was the most perfect thing in the world. Like it was the most incredible thing. And all the guys got their suits tailored and had patches inserted in them. And Braxton's was, "Can I fart now?"
Yeah, no, it was "Can I fart?" with a question mark because, like me, he is so full of flatulence that I get mad at him sometimes. But
I did not inherit this gene, just so y'all know.
Lying ass.
Lauren, have you heard me fart tonight?
No, I haven't.
That's Garrett's wife, his new wife, also. But Braxton, I mean, he is.
He has to ask to fart because he farts so much, and it makes me mad.
Also, Braxton's the most killer trombone player in the world. He's in the Austin Junior High band, or
Yep.
okay.
Going to the, I guess you call it senior high. Oh, that's different than.
That's so crazy. I know. I remember I just happened to be home the weekend that he was born.
Yeah.
And so we got the call after church ended on Sunday night. We rushed to the hospital. Me and Ashley Offord, who's to this day one of my really good friends, she and I were at the hospital at Decatur General, and we heard Braxton's first cry. And our mom, Nancy, was actually in the delivery room helping her give birth. And I just remember being like, oh my God, like life has changed forever. Forever.
That is something I can honestly say is, aside from toting so much guilt and just whatever looks and predeterminations were thrown my way, I never really doubted that it was going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Was that your faith, or was that just like because of what mom and dad made you feel like?
No, I don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't what mom and dad made me feel like, because I've always been, I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I want to be a piece of crap, that's what I'm going to be.
Yeah, you were always that person. I was always the perfect child.
Yes, you were.
Garrett hates when I bring that up.
No, I don't.
And also, it's also very inaccurate, and we're going to get to that in a second.
Oh my God. Well, I just always knew. I don't know why I've always had that. I don't think, because even through faith in Christ, like things are going to be tough. It's told to you through the Bible that you're going to be faced with challenges. But I just knew that everything would be all right. Whether I needed to be involved or if I saw myself fit where I needed to be removed for things to be better, I knew one way or the other it'd be okay.
Did you ever go through a period where you questioned faith, or you questioned God or Jesus' presence in your life through all that, or any time after?
I did. I was probably closer to 20 years old, honestly. I can't really remember an age. I just remember a specific preacher indicator who's very loving and pretty open-minded. Gave me a couple of books to read, Blue Like Jazz.
Oh, I love Blue Like Jazz.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
And then Case for Christ.
Lee Strobel.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that book, but it's
pretty good though. I mean, it's
for believers. It is, yes.
Right. I'll give you that. But I read those books, and I've always felt something inside of me, and I guess that came to me to realize that it was the Holy Spirit working inside of me, and kind of brought me back, because I ran from it. I mean,
sure.
Who doesn't run from it,
Yeah.
And I just realized, I'm fighting too much, and I'm looking for something in my life that I know that I can't find in people.
Yeah.
And you don't find that in people.
I love that.
In my opinion.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Um,
that's why religion exists, because we need guidance.
Right.
We need maybe not somebody, but we need something to shine some light on our path in order to get through this life. This life is not for the weary.
Well, and that's what one of my favorite passages is, God is love. Because what depicts it better than that. God is love. For you to love somebody is a godly thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's use that as a segue then, because what you just talked about, Garrett's grinning right now because he knows this is where the meat of the conversation lies.
I just don't want to get grilled with answers that I can't respond because I'm not the most well-versed person.
Well, you are, though. This is why I wanted to talk to you, because you articulate things in a way that most people can't. So the year before you became a father,
yeah,
what happened? Your brother came out.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
When I was 16?
Yeah, when I was 20. I was at... So I
You
had...
were 20.
Yes.
Oh, because... Oh,
only a few years ago.
You're gonna laugh at this because I thought it happened when I was 18.
No. Maybe to your knowledge.
It makes sense now because I was working at Advanced Auto Parts when I was 18.
My brother's so butch.
When I was 16, I was working at Aeropostale and Pet Depot.
Uh-huh.
And, all right, I do remember this. Go ahead with where you're going, and I'll kind of steer it from.
So I was in between semesters at Auburn, and I was staying at home for the summer. I was working at our church, Central Park Baptist Church, on the Beltline in Decatur, Alabama.
All right, I'm crossing my fingers because I already remember this different than you.
And I may look real butch now. Insert laugh.
No, you don't.
I'm wearing plaid and oversized denim and a trucker hat. I look butch.
That's unfair.
It works for me. So
it works for you. Wear it, call it what you want. I don't care.
Well, anyway, Lauren, do I look butch?
Yeah.
That did not sound very confident.
That was her falsetto.
So in between junior and senior year, Garrett just mouthed "I love you" to Lauren, and I almost threw up in my mouth. Oh my god, they just got married. Fuck off. So, anyways, in between junior and senior year of college, I was 20 years old, and I was home. I was working at the church daycare, and I would go out to Huntsville with friends on the weekends, and I would wear the gayest shit in the world.
What?
The most painted on jeans, like Benetton polos, like just really like feeling my oats.
That's not Gary. That's not Gary.
But for Alabama, it was.
Oh, because you wear stuff that sticks
that
to your
fits,
skin?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And so I was about to leave and meet my friend Ashley Kirschbaum, Ryan's sister.
Oh, wow.
For dinner at Logan's on the Beltline.
You wore that to Logan's?
Yes.
And didn't
yes.
get your ass beat?
I know. and so I was on my way out, and Dad said, "Son, come in here a minute." And I was like, and as soon as he said that, I knew the topic. And so I walked into the living room, and he said, "Son, sit down." I said, "Okay." He said, "Son, we're just concerned about your sexuality."
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God. And so we had a very honest conversation.
Me too, Dad.
And I was like, samesies. And I was like, it was a very, very honest conversation of like, Dad, this is not going to change. Like, I didn't choose this. And they were both so receptive and warm and sweet and honest and just like, okay, we love you. And they were both crying, of course. We all hugged. And I went to dinner to meet Ashley, who's still one of my really good friends today. And I told her, I was like, well, my parents just pulled me out of the closet, or yanked me out of the closet. And to be fair, like it took them at least 10 years to come around. I won't ever cover up how they handled things in a way that I don't deem as acceptable. But for them, I know that it was the best that they could do at the time. And our parents have grown more than any parent that I know who has had to deal with shit. Yep. Between me coming out and you becoming an early father, they have rolled with the punch. And both of them grew up in poverty.
I did not know that happened within 2 years. Holy crap.
Back to back years.
My timeline is so messed up.
Well, because I remember when that happened with you, I was like, oh my God, got the fucking weight off me. Thanks, Garrett.
Wait, so when do you remember coming out to me?
I honestly don't.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay, that might be why my timeline is different.
probably
So
because
continue, and then I'll share mine
Okay.
whenever you're ready.
So and when they pulled me out of the closet, I'd already been out to myself and my friends for a couple years. I didn't, but I was at that point. I was still trying to get rid of it.
Was that not terrifying coming out to your friends?
They also pulled me out, so no, because with them pulling me out, it was a safe space. Now, when they pulled me out, I don't know if you know this, but I was in conversion therapy.
You're making me break stuff.
Did you know that?
No.
So
By choice or
by choice.
Okay.
I submitted myself to conversion therapy. I was at Auburn, and I drove to Montgomery once a week to conversion therapy
Get out of here.
to try to get rid of this for a year. And I went to, I forget what, it wasn't First Baptist Montgomery, but it was some big Baptist church in Montgomery that had a conversion therapy,
Oh my
known
gosh.
therapist. And I went there once a week, every week for a year of my sophomore.
I never knew that.
Yep. And
Sophomore year in high school?
no, sophomore year of college. So I
That
was at
makes
Auburn.
sense. My timeline is fitting in. All right.
And when when Braxton came into existence, it took the pressure off me.
Okay.
But for the next 10 years, I would go, to go home to mom and dad, and under their bed, they would have books on how to pray your son's gay away, how to deal with a gay son. And to see that and put on a show in the dining room at dinner.
You can't blame them for that.
No, I don't at all. And at all.
Okay,
if anything, I praise them for that because they were trying to find a way.
They were trying to find out a way for them
Now,
to cope.
did they find the wrong resources? Yes. But what I will say is
That's
that they,
environmental.
in trying to find the wrong resources, they have since become the right resource for
Yeah.
people in our hometown who have gay kids.
Yes.
Who now come to our parents to say, how do we reconcile our faith and our love for our kid? Mm-hmm. And the answer is indisputable. You just do.
Yeah.
You fucking do. Because it's your kid. And there's a cartoon that I love that basically says like some people use scripture to define love and some people use love to define scripture. And what our parents did was rely on their love of God to interpret scripture.
Yeah.
And so as a result, we have a great relationship.
Right.
And so no matter what we went through as parent and child, I'm fine with because we were both trying to find our way in this world and know how to live our life according to what we knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, no matter what we've been through, I honor and respect and praise them because they have just outshone anybody else in their ball game.
I never knew that side. I never knew you were doing.
That's why we're doing this episode, folks.
I never knew you were doing conversion therapy.
Yeah, and I don't know that they do, Garrett. And I think if they did, it would even make it worse for them.
Did someone encourage you to do that? Did you find the resources yourself?
It was myself. It was
I believe
my own addiction to Christianity. I mean, even like this past week when my dad, a few months ago, our dad was like, when you come home, son, like you gotta like go in the attic and just get your stuff out and like whatever you won't, keep it. Whatever you don't, we're gonna get rid of it. And half the stuff that I had to get rid of was Calvinist extreme Christianity tapes about how we were all predestined for one way or another and how if you're not Christian, you don't belong in heaven. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous and abusive and traumatic
Hateful.
of teachings.
And that's not what Christianity or Christ being sent here.
Well,
is built on.
I'm glad you say that, but for most people, that's what it is. That's all that they know is how people treat them.
Yeah.
And that's why I do this podcast, because even though I don't want to destroy Christianity, I do want to shine a light on it to showcase voices like yours who still believe in it so that they can understand that the real Christianity is people like you who have a guiding light and yet, and not in spite of that light, but because of that light, love people. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I mean...
So when did you first learn of me being gay?
Well, when you worked at Gap...
Okay, that doesn't mean
No,
anything.
you are taking offense to that. I'm not throwing shade anyway.
So I got a job. Nobody should be hired at 16 years old to do anything, first of all. But I got hired at 16 years old to work at Gap in Decatur, Alabama, store number 5031. Two of my very closest friends to this day have come from that store. And we were all Gap employees. But back in the day, if you worked at Gap, it was called Gay and Proud.
Yep, I remember that.
And I'm not the most femme person as far as being gay, but back then in Alabama, if you had product in your hair, you were considered feminine.
That's unfair because how many people from the county had frosted tips hanging like spikes on their forehead?
Yeah, but that's different.
No, you can say it's different, but it's not.
Lauren, it's different, right?
I don't know.
I mean, there's still people out in the county who have frosted tips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, that's their problem, not mine.
And now I'll tell you this: the way you spike it might be the
Yes,
quote game.
absolutely.
You know,
True.
if you spike it down your forehead, oh man, I just killed a deer this
Right.
weekend.
But
if
also-
you spike it up,
But
that means
my
you're gay.
hips swished pretty queerly.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So when
I
did you sensed it? What does that mean?
I want to say I was probably 14 or 15 because people started to ask me, "Is your brother gay? Is your brother gay?"
Is your brother a faggot?
I don't think anybody ever. That word didn't get used until I was in like.
Until this podcast.
Oh god. No, probably. Well, I guess that was middle school. But people started asking me, and I was like, "No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what, I'll find out." So I asked you while you were working at Gap. I said, "Matt."
And at the time, Garrett was working at Aeropostale, I think.
That time
We were both working at the mall. I remember that.
Well, if that's the case, it had.
And
to be,
in Decatur, if you worked at the mall, you were cool.
that had to
But
be.
not if you worked at Gap.
That had to be me at the cookie company then. In fact, I know it was because you would never come and get drinks from me.
I didn't drink sodas.
Yeah, well, that's your problem. I had water too there. Great American Cookie Company.
I'm still
I
a
was the guy
30-inch
to-
waist,
And
so...
I would swing those tongs like I worked at a hibachi restaurant.
Also, that cookie company is the one remaining store from either of our Venn diagram
Yep.
to this day.
I remember asking you and being like, "Matt, are you gay?" And I never really, at that age, there was no comprehension of how somebody would perceive something, how somebody would take it, and if they were, how would they respond.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember you going like, "No, I'm metrosexual."
I did not say metrosexual.
Matt, I will tell you this until I die.
I don't
You-
think
all
I
right.
don't think that's even a pronoun anymore.
Okay, well,
but if it is, I'm going to change it on my Grindr profile. I'm metrosexual. I'm metro.
You either said I'm metrosexual or I just dress metrosexual.
That's
But
so disgusting.
I remember asking you, "Well, what does that mean?"
What does it mean?
What you told me at that point was, "It just means I dress like I'm from the city and I wear a tight thing."
Oh, vomit. That is, I hate me.
You think I'm clever enough to make that up? No, that's
Oh.
true.
I just dress like I'm from this. Somebody put me down. Jesus Christ.
So
I'm offended by myself. I'm a walking hate crime.
I don't know if you know this about me by now, but I'm very loyal. I'm tried and true. And if you tell me something, I'm going to defend you until they pull my teeth out, my toenails.
You're
everything.
right.
And I would.
Garrett's the exact person you want to send behind enemy lines of Vietnam.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would tell people kindly the first time, "No, he's not." Well, then
He's just metrosexual.
and I said that. There were times I said that.
Jesus Christ.
And then when they would keep pushing the subject is when, like, here comes the bulldog. Like, if you don't believe me, I will rub your nose in the cement. And, like, I'd kindly say, "No, man, I get where you're coming from, but no, he's not. He's just metrosexual."
He's just metrosexual.
Or I'd throw him, just a fastball and say, "No." When they keep pushing the subject, "Well, he sure dresses like a faggot." Like, all right, you want to see a faggot? I'll show you a faggot.
I don't like how that sounds.
Yeah, I know, but it was just me trying to be big boy, like, "I'll kick your butt."
Yeah.
But it was more or less just me, like, swelling up, like,
And
I'm
defending me.
defending you,
Which
That's,
is
like, through and
really,
through.
really sweet. So
And-
thank you for doing that.
And it it was also a little bit of. I mean, I'll be straight up, because I don't know if that was before my time of learning to accept gay people.
Sure.
It was defensive. It was, I don't have a gay brother.
Yeah.
Like you, I know I don't have a gay brother. Like and that's what that was. I'll be honest.
Because in the South, like, your reflection is also because of other people.
Yes, it is.
And also our parents. I mean, it's part of their own journey as well.
Well, then I worked at Pet Depot, and there was actually a person in the back who worked with like hamsters and aquariums. He also bred hamsters and sold them to the store for them to sell. And
That's so smart. That's so capitalistic.
yeah. Well, him being gay and getting fired from the school system, all right, they have their reasoning. They have their reasoning on paper, but companies aren't stupid. Oh, we're firing you for this. Well, I'd be willing. He got fired for being gay.
Was he cute?
I believe he's with a partner now
God.
who own a.
I'm so lonely.
And they own a pet store.
Of course they do. That's so sweet.
Here.
In Madison?
Mm-hmm.
What store? Let's give them some business.
I just don't. I don't know if they're still together. And
I don't care. We're gonna market some gay business.
Animal Tracks.
Animal Tracks in Madison, Alabama. Are they online?
I don't know.
Well, look them up, people.
Well, back to the important part. Me learning.
I wish I could see Garrett's wife right now. She's just like dying over this conversation. Oh, they're open. I mean, not tonight, but like they are open for business Sunday through Monday. They're at 100 Church Street, Madison, Alabama, 35758. Y'all go shop them. Buy their fish.
Well, he worked in the back, and I heard a lot of comments like he got fired from being a teacher for being gay.
Jesus
And
Christ.
since he bred hamsters and sold them to the store, that he used them for felching.
Stop it.
I heard it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not kidding you. No, that's what I heard.
Oh my God.
Well, me being a fish guy, I love the aquariums, and anytime I got to sit back there and fish little fishies out, little guppies or lionfish, whatever they had, and clean the aquariums, I loved it because I love fish. Well, one day, I hate working the register because everybody just wants to chit-chat, small town area.
And customer service is the worst job in the world.
Well, and mind you, like I was into skateboarding and heavy metal. Nobody talks to me about things I want to talk about.
This is where I insert a clip of the Pony Boy Band music
Don't do
into
that.
this episode. My brother was a rock star back in the day. It was called Pony Boy. Look him up on iTunes.
Stay golden.
Stay Golden.
Yeah, from the book.
Garrett, Stay Golden is a Golden Girls reference.
No, at the Outsiders.
Oh, it's also a Golden Girls reference.
Oh, I think it's Stay Gold.
Stay Golden Pony Boy.
Stay Gold, Pony Boy. Something like that.
This is like a full circle because I'm a Golden Girls fanatic and their slogan is, it's Stay Golden.
Well, one day I had it up to here with everything, and somebody was like, hey, the store owner or the store manager said, hey, you can either work in the register or you can work in the aquariums. And I said, who's working the aquariums? And I was sitting there, and mind you, I'm wording this like in my thoughts at that time. Mm-hmm. That's what goes through my head, and I'm like, I'm not working with somebody who's gay. So I'm sitting there and I'm debating on it, and I did not want to deal with people that day. So I said, put me in the aquariums. Mind you, this is somebody who I heard one of those remarks from. So it's like I was signing my life away. Like, oh my gosh, I'm choosing to go work with a gay guy.
Wow.
Well, I'm back there. And in the process of working together, I wrote a paper on this.
I have that paper.
Yeah. We're working, and he doesn't bother me. I'm staying quiet. He asks me to help him with this or that, and I do it.
Does he know that you have a gay brother at this point?
No, I didn't even know you were gay at this point.
Surprise!
Yeah. Well, so that day wasn't that bad. and that day wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad to work with a gay person?
Yeah,
I'm so glad to hear that.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me. I thought I was going to catch it like a cold. Well, so I continue.
Have you gotten your gay vax yet?
They offer those?
Yeah. You get them at Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, I figured it would have been Cabela's or Academy, where they sell some 45. I know. Does it come with a?
Don't careful.
Anyways, so I choose to continuously work with this guy in the back, and
What a trooper you are.
yeah, no, I was a tough one, you know, working next to a gay guy instead of talking to old people all day. Well, one day I love KC and the Sunshine Band.
That's not gay.
I don't care if it is. Well, I was humming one of their songs, and he popped it off. Was like, "You like KC and the Sunshine Band?" And I just, I totally forgot about gay things and gay people. And then if I talked to him, I might be gay. And turned around and said, "Well, yeah, man. I thought everybody liked KC and the Sunshine Band. Do you like them too?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we just started talking about music. I love disco. I've always loved it.
Yeah.
And we start talking about music, this and that, music he's into, music I'm into, and how I went from shake your booty to brr, brr, brr. That's like lyrics for heavy metal.
Oh, okay.
And
Can you define heavy metal for my listeners?
very fast music, heavy distortion, fast drum beats.
Okay. That works.
Vocals that go brr, brr, brr.
Brr, brr, brr.
Or some of them go.
That hurts my throat.
Yeah, no. Some people can do it. It's called gutturals.
There's a healthy way to do it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But this is not a pedagogical podcast.
I thought that was a company that made clothes.
Pedagogical?
Yeah.
No, pedagogical is the way to teach. Pedagogy is a vocal technique to teach.
No, pedagogies get sold.
No,
Patagonia.
Patagonia. All right, carry on, G.
Anyways, so we had that conversation, and
Garrett, you've not had a sip of your drink yet.
It's okay. I'm sipping on it.
I've already finished mine.
I'll get you another.
Can you prove that?
Can I prove what? Get you another?
Yes. So you went back to work in the aquarium with the gay guy,
Yep.
Mr. Felcher.
And I enjoyed.
No, this man's going to get business out of this episode. Trust me. I'm going to buy an aquarium.
I went home after working with them and discovering that we enjoy the same kind of music.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
And yeah,
And
all kinds
in
of other
sync.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I was driving home and I was like, I enjoyed the presence of a gay person.
Wow.
What is going on? And I was contemplating it for a couple of days actually, and I just remember being like, you know what, like it's cool because I don't care. I don't think like.
And but at this point, did you know about me?
No, I've not got there yet.
So this guy was the first.
This guy
Wow.
changed my whole perception on gay people.
I want to hug this guy because this guy.
I
That's why, like, Pride, great. Like, queer anthem's great, but like living your life truthfully is what changes other lives.
I agree.
And this guy who was just living his truth, just
he doesn't know
working.
this. He knows none of this shit. I feel like such a coward because when I wrote this paper, I had intentions on sending it to him.
Garrett, you should contact him. He will.
Yeah. And
It
what's
will
funny,
change
at
his
work-
life to hear this.
At work, I ride by this place and I'm like, I wonder if he's in there. You know?
Garrett, you have to reach out to him.
I do. I need to.
Should we go tomorrow?
I mean, we can.
We're gonna go aquarium shopping tomorrow.
Hey, I could always use another aquarium.
Lauren's like, no, you cannot.
Baloney. She likes.
We don't have one right now. It's down.
Yeah,
Well, there's one of the boxes that is in our garage right now is aquarium stuff. So get ready.
We have aquariums here, and we usually have like multiple ones, but
we have a plan for the next aquarium we're gonna do, and right
We
now
should
there's
turn
a
this into this
there's
is a
a
great
shortage.
aquarium.
There's a shortage on Marimo moss balls because there was like a infestation of mussels that overtook them over, and they were like an invasive species, and all these aquariums killing fish and everything. I know it's very funny.
I wish I had an infestation of mussels.
Anyways, so I came to that conclusion, and I was like, okay. And I just started working in the gay area of the store. And was like, I mean, this is cool. And it was almost like he was... I don't know, we just kind of grew close. Whether he thinks we did or not, I did. Because there was always that thing in the back of my head that was like, I still think my brother's gay. So like it was almost like maybe I was training myself to be cool.
Or the universe was being like, your brother's going to need someone to lean on.
Yeah,
so,
that could be it. I don't know.
I definitely think regardless, it happened, and you met this person. Yeah,
I was being prepared.
Yeah.
All right. So after all that after that time was probably when you came out to me, and I'm pretty sure I was a senior in high school.
Okay. And I because I don't recall this, so I came out to you.
Oh, I know you don't recall it because you were hammered.
Well, nothing's changed, so.
Well, you called me. It was about 8 p.m. at night.
I do remember this. I do recall this now. Yeah. I was hammered.
Let me tell you how much I love you.
Okay. Tell me.
I was in the middle of trying to get the recon helmet on Halo 3, and that was a very hard thing to achieve.
Okay.
Well, I took your phone call. You never called me. We didn't speak a whole lot.
We were not close at that time.
No. We didn't speak a whole lot. So
can you have some more drink?
So when you called me, I was thinking he's either in trouble or he's about to tell me he's not gay again, or he's about to accuse me of being gay for working with that gay guy. Like,
no, I didn't accuse Garrett of being gay until the toothbrush incident later on that we're going to talk about.
You're gonna make me break stuff. Well.
So I called you. You're playing Halo 3.
It was probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night. No, it's probably later than that. It's probably
y'all got a Roomba?
Yeah, it sucks. I do a better job.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
He does great on floors. Like, I'm not even lying.
I bet he does.
He does really good.
So, y'all got your.
So
I have very fragile thoughts.
So I called you. You were playing Halo 3.
Okay, it had to have been like 10 or 11 at night.
Okay.
Because I usually work the closing shift at Advanced Auto Parts.
My brother's a master mechanic, by the way. So if you need your car worked on, call him.
Lying.
No, he's who. I mean, I have a Prius now, so I don't have car problems. But when I had Jeeps, I always called him.
Well, that's because you ran your Jeeps over rocks in Knoxville.
You know what? They're meant to be run over rocks.
Well, you called me and said, Garrett, what are you doing? And I was like,
can you do my impersonation again?
Garrett, what are you doing? I was like, I'm playing Halo. What are you doing? And I was honestly happy to hear from you because you never called me. And I don't know if you knew this, but growing up, like, I admired you through and through because you were a golden child. Firstborn.
That's not true.
Okay, you say that, but in my eyes, you were. And you were so organized and proper.
I still am.
I agree.
And so is your son.
He is. And I admired you. And, you know, granted, I'm a raw athlete and I can hang with anybody, but you were always bigger.
Whoa, did you just call yourself a raw athlete? That's so disgusting. Vomit.
There's nobody who can argue me on that.
Oh, no one really cares to argue on that.
No, I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, he's a raw athlete, folks.
Thanks. We're talking about you coming out to me, and you're going to make fun of me?
I know. That's true, yeah.
You're just trying to lighten the mood because I'm sitting here telling you something that might make you cry.
Okay, well, make me cry.
Well,
I'm ready.
I just admired you because you were bigger and stronger than me, and you were good at sports and had tons of friends that I wanted to hang out with could never hang out with.
Can you say that I was good at sports again?
You were good at sports.
See?
You're a fundamentalist. You were born to be a...
Well, I'm not a fundamentalist. Leave that to the evangelicals.
You're about to touch on a subject that is deserving of its own podcast entirely. You are a fundamentalist. I'm a raw athlete.
That's true.
Two different worlds.
Yeah.
You were built for being a quarterback.
Thank you.
You were built for being a...
You know who's not? Bo Nix.
Oh, dang. Shots fired.
Yeah, it's that kind of podcast, folks.
You were built for being a pitcher.
Still I'm a pitcher.
You were
That's not a top or bottom joke.
You were built for being a
Golfer, you said.
a golfer,
Yep.
a professional bowler,
We love bowling. Yeah,
like any kind, like track and field.
we can run.
And that's because you being a firstborn, hashtag and or only child, you can take critique and criticism and put it into play. Like,
Yeah.
Dad could sit there in front of you and say, no, line your knuckles up like this, twist your hips like this when you swing, and it'll give you more power. Whereas me, I get up there, loose-footed, taking a big old honky-wonky step. And
Not a honky wonky step.
Yes. I still make those when I swing. And just slugging at the ball.
Garrett's lying. Garrett's the athlete. I'm the coach.
But no, I'll give you that. But you are an athlete, but a fundamentalist is a very different athlete. We have this
okay.
conversation all the time. And it...
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
y'all
a
should.
fundamentalist. Like I get it. Like I'm.
I mean, I do feel like you and I are pretty similar.
Yeah.
And it's that those are your smart athletes.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
They don't call me.
athlete.
They don't call me Kyle Ripken for nothing though.
I'll tell you this, he's a fundamentalist.
See.
But anyways, dang, I'm getting off track. Fundamentalist, raw athlete. Oh, I always admired you.
Thank you.
And still do.
Well, that's dumb. You should get off that.
Nah, we can touch on that later. Always admired you. I was always jealous of you and wanted to be as cool as you. I always wanted to hang out with your friends.
My friends were lame. They still are.
Well, is that why you didn't want me to hang out with them?
No, they're
Were
just.
you protecting me?
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay. No. They were cool. Well, anyways, when you called me, I was elated. I was like, I hope he's not hurt. What's going on? So I answered, and you said, hey, Garrett.
I do remember this.
I said, hey, because you were laughing. I was like, you're laughing and happy to talk to me?
I do remember this.
I was almost worried you were about to make fun of me for being some kind of loser or like having a kid so young. And I was like, hey, what's up? And you said, I want to tell you something. I said, all right, what is it? And you said, I'm gay. And then just, that's it. And I just went, really? And you said, yes. And I was like, all right, like, is that it? You don't want to tell me anything else? And you said, no. I went, well, okay. And you said, does that not make you mad? And I said, no. Why would it? And you said, because I thought you didn't like gay people. And
I said that?
Mm-hmm. And I
Oh my
said,
God.
no, man, I care, but I don't really care, you know? And you were really taken back, and you were like, well, I'm really hammered right now. I said, I can tell.
Not much has changed.
And you asked me again, does that not make you mad? And I said, well, the only thing that kind of makes me mad is I wish you wouldn't have to tell me why you're drunk. And that's what, like, really concerned me. That's probably what really concerned me about everything, is the fact that you had to get totally shit-faced to tell me that, which was a red flag to me, like, okay, that's a really hard lifestyle. He can't deal with it, which, this is a 32-year-old mind looking back on my thoughts. At that age, it was more like, man, that must be really hard to say to somebody. And I guess you knew how I was when I was younger, which I was never really hateful towards anybody for being gay or anything like that.
Not at all, no.
But just knowing...
But you were always everyone's advocate, and that's what you became for me. And then...
I hate a bully.
Yes.
I hate any kind of bully.
You always have been
there
that
can
way.
be somebody completely in the wrong, and for somebody to defame and deface them, I will at least stand up and say, okay, this person's had enough.
Yeah.
Let me let me talk with this person.
Well, to this day, I tell people that the reason that me and my parents have a relationship is because of you.
I don't think that's fair.
I do think that's more than fair.
I appreciate the compliment, man.
No, but you told them, if you want a relationship with me, you have to have a relationship with your other son.
There's a few other there's other things that were said like that.
The only reason that me and my parents have any kind of relationship is because of you.
But I was very mean about it. Like,
as well, you should have been.
I agree.
I mean, they've done their own growth and they've been wonderful and amazing. But it took you being forceful and a little spiteful to say, if you want to love me, you have to love your other son wholly.
Yeah.
We would the only I've done no work for our.
Does holy work two ways there?
No, Garrett.
No, it does. No, WHOLY.
Spell it.
WHOLY.
There's another L.
Okay, WHOLLY.
There you go.
Are you making fun of me?
I'm not.
I ain't been to college.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I went for 1 year and failed it. And
I went for 4 and I'm still paying for it. And
anyways.
it qualifies me to work at Applebee's. So
in their terms, they love you wholly WH and wholly HO.
Don't call me a hoe.
No, don't make light of it.
No, I know what you mean. I know.
They love you in a Christ-like way as well.
Okay, let's leave her out of this, please.
I like that.
No, but also, just so you know, so the Christ pronouns are the he, the Holy Spirit, those pronouns are in the feminine.
I'll tell you this, I don't assume a gender on
God has no gender. There's no way. Because here's my thought. I mean, and every episode I say this. If I believe in a God, there is God in all of us, in our soul. And our souls cannot be gendered. There's no way.
Right.
And if our souls cannot be gendered, then neither can God. And so for us to say God is in like capital H-E, fuck that. I'm sorry. That's a misogynistic approach to making women submit to men in this day. I don't know. Anyway.
I'll give you that.
That's one of my...
Open up. Don't take a deep sigh.
Oh, no, we do.
No, tell it like it is.
No, I cannot stand the masculine approach. Christianity's masculine approach is my biggest qualm, is making women feel like they have to submit or like they are not as equal.
I agree.
And some women, like, that's where they find their place, and fine. But
if that's their happiness, if that's where they see
but even so, that's limiting their own potential.
I agree. I totally agree.
I mean, you look at other religions, even Native Americans, like, women led their game. Like,
yes.
Women, I mean, even in the Jewish culture, it's a misogynistic religion, and yet the only way to inherit your religion is through the mother. And yet they don't even honor that leadership.
I know.
It makes no sense to me. I mean, the Virgin Mary, like, even if that's real, she did all the fucking work by doing none of the work.
Yeah,
and having to bear all the blame. When did you decide that not that you could love me, but when did you decide, when did you know that you were in my corner?
Well, the whole time. Not only did I admire you growing up, but when you told me you weren't gay, what was I doing? When people cornered me with the question of, oh,
sure,
is he gay? And I'd stand away from the corner and say, no. But when they pushed me into a corner, it was, I said no.
So what about mom and dad? You made them understand that if they lost my love, they lost your love. So tell me that story.
There's a few.
Do you know this? Do you know this, Lauren?
I think I've heard a little bit of it.
There's a few instances that really started building up because things I really started to grow when Carlos moved back to town, and that's when my racism started to fade away because he started teaching me about things that were racist that I didn't know were racist.
Carlos is from Mexico, and one time Garrett called me and said that this is in the midst of the gay marriage battle, and Garrett said that he was going to marry Carlos to keep him in the country. That's my brother, y'all. Is that's how good he is.
Because when Carlos came back, I want to say I was 22. So then Justine got brought into the picture probably a year or two later. That was one of his friends who is now his wife, which I had the luxury of officiating.
And they're next to y'all, y'all coupleship and their coupleship. That's all y'all's goals, just so you know. And I had the pleasure of being with all four of them at the same time this past weekend at Garrett's wedding. And, like, y'all are so fortunate to have each other as friends.
Major vibes were produced.
Gosh.
Well, Justine is very well versed in everything.
She used to work at Logan's. We love Logan's.
Yes. Did she work at Logan's?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah, you goon.
Okay, I don't know about that, but they do have good butter.
They got nuts all over the floor.
They do.
When Justine got brought into the picture, I'm a very proverbial, might be the word. I'm very inquisitive. How about that? We'll go with that. Inquisitive. I like to know why, and if I offend somebody, and this is probably from therapy, I want to know why. What did I do to cause you to feel this way? Because I don't like to be. I do not like to be the reason that somebody feels crappy. So she started really helping me justify some of my feelings and then open me up to why this is offensive, that is offensive, whether it's a female or a gay person. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, Carlos and Justine, I blame completely for me really growing. Like, I'm talking, like, from a sapling to a full-blown redwood tree.
I believe it. They're amazing.
So it's almost like they were packing me full of firepower, especially Justine, because I've never liked a bully, no matter the situation, and I'd like to think that I've always been a stick up for the bully, or not for the bully, but against the bully. And there were a few instances that just started building up inside of me, like, really hard. Probably the first one was, so there was already a distance between you and mom and dad. Mm-hmm. Whatever the reasoning was, I'm not too sure of. You know, you being gay was already challenging for them, but I didn't really address the subject. And I know that there's things that happen between both parties that I'm unaware of.
Same. Whether
it's an argument, whether it's you doing something they didn't approve of. So there was already a distance between you and mom and dad, and I was not too sure of what it was, whether it was just because you were gay, or y'all had arguments or disagreements that just kept dividing y'all. And I could feel the tension, and I'm very empathetic is where you can feel for other people, right? I'm very empathetic.
Garrett is the most empathetic person in the world. He's so sensitive and sweet and picks up on everybody's feelings.
Hashtag Pisces.
And we both are. Do you know your moon and rising?
I know the moon's up right now.
So I'm a Pisces
there
Cancer.
There is a bad moon rising.
It's not the one. Do you know your birth time and location? That's a no.
Decatur. About midnight.
Okay. I want to know your moon and rising. I'm a Pisces Cancer.
I'm a Cancer. That's my zodiac. I don't know my moon and rising.
Anyway,
that's for the next episode.
So there was already a distance between y'all, and I could feel it, and it made me mad because me and you were talking regularly, and it bothered me that they were not close with you.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Or vice versa, you were not close with them. Mm-hmm. That's a two-way street. And there were some things that happened in our family that really blew things up.
Like what?
The first of them was our uncle choosing to put you on blast and say, I don't remember verbatim what was said other than, you're gay, you're going to hell, you need to get right, you used to be so nice.
That's verbatim what he said, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's also something else when our aunt put you on blast to our grandmother.
And what he means is that she blamed my parents for me being gay.
She spilled the beans that you were gay to our grandmother just to try and make mom and dad look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
I think that might have been the last straw, and I was distraught. I was, my fibers were like coming unthreaded. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. I was dismembering myself because I was so upset. I was livid. I was in a constant state of anger, and I was lashing out, especially at work, because work was a place where I could viably lash out and not get in trouble for it, because I could treat people like crap and nobody would say anything to me.
What were you doing?
Work on power lines. I'm a lineman, and that's how that line of work is the people under you treat like crap, you throw things at them, and you yell at them. That's how I was brought up.
Are you all applying? Are you taking some applications?
Yes, I'm applying and taking applications all the time. So that is one of the ways I was lashing out. I would throw fits. I'm talking hellacious fits. And then finally, Mom and Dad asked me what was wrong, because I had been over there with Braxton, spending time with them, and they knew something was up. I mean, it's Pisces. It's written all over me.
Is it?
Yeah, all the time. And I told them, and like I had a...
What year was this?
Oh, man. I was probably 24, 25 at the time. And I remember, like, this was probably... It was at the peak of my strength in the gym, too, so this probably wasn't good either. It was not roid rage. I just remember having a hold of the island in the kitchen and just ready to rip it off its hinges and throw it, and telling Mom and Dad that... I'm trying to say this without the words I used in front of them.
Say 'em.
I said, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of the tension. I'm tired of the pink elephant being in the room.
Why is it gotta be pink?
I mean, I don't care if it's tie-dye or if it's purple or black or pink or blue or... I just remember saying, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of y'all getting comments about Matt being gay when it doesn't make... And I'm like in vicious tears, rivers pouring out of my eyes, ready to... I'm glad nobody touched me, because somebody would have lost a limb. I told them I will never step foot around my family outside of this again, because this is horseshit. It's unfair. And how in the ever-living fornication are they going to talk negatively about somebody who cannot defend themselves and is not here, and they're being secretive about it? So do not ever expect me to go around them. But for somebody to care about us so much, to stick their nose in our business and talk negatively about either one of us, you kiss my freckled ass. And I told them, I will be damned if I'm gonna lay on my deathbed, no matter what my beliefs. I don't care if I'm Buddhist, I don't care if I'm Christian, I don't care if I'm Catholic, Jewish, or any other religion you can imagine. I'm not going to sit on my deathbed and go, man, I'm about to die, and I should have had a relationship with my brother. I'm not living with that. I'm not living with that. And I try to live that whole situation right there is something that has changed me. I never knew that was something about me, but that is something that changed me to live in a way that when I do die and take my last breaths and last blinks of my eyes, then I'm not going to sit there and regret. Yeah. And I will confidently say that I do live in a way that most prominently projects that. And I think that one hit home. There's more conversations after that, just how my life was going and like the mistakes I were making, and I was making a lot. I'm not denying it. I was making a lot of mistakes. I got called out on that, and I told them essentially that you cannot control other people's lives, and if this keeps up, you're going to ruin the relationship that you have with the only son you have a relationship with. And then when I said that, of course, I go home and reflect on it and realize that maybe it's wrong for me to have a relationship with somebody who doesn't have a relationship with you. That was unfair, though. That was unfair to them. I'll say this. Because they have done nothing but advocate for you. It's been challenging for them. They have not known how to handle it.
Right.
So that was unfair for me to say. I'm totally in the wrong for that. But in terms of me feeling the need to only nurture relationships that involve you as well is not wrong.
Agreed.
I straight up told them I will not see that side of the family again. Both sides. And I have lived up to that to this point.
You have. You're the reason that we have a relationship today. And
why do you feel that way?
Because you gave them an ultimatum. You said, if you don't accept that son, you won't get this son. And they heard it. And I think that they took it to heart because they realized that they would lose both their kids.
Yeah, but that makes it sound like I'm more important than you, and that's not the case.
Oh, Garrett, I know. Trust me.
This is the world.
No.
No, but Matt, and this is
right. Yeah, I'm the center of the universe. No, but they knew that what you said was true. I think that's what caught their attention was the fact that they were losing you almost completely. No, that you would stand up for me. That's what it took. They thought, oh, we're not just losing Matt, we're losing our entire family.
I don't think that's it. I think it is because everybody has that sense of it'll be okay in the end. It'll be okay in the end. There's time to repair. There's time to fix. It'll be okay. And for me to straight up lay it out for them that I'm not going to lay on my deathbed thinking about things that should have happened. And they're older. Mm-hmm. Maybe that resonated and hit something with them.
Well, and also, I mean, cut to several years later when they've worked through their things. The first week of COVID, Dad got a brain cancer diagnosis. And that changed everything. I mean, they were already like on the verge, and then that happened, and we were like, oh, like our entire family is going to change. And then they had to reassess everything.
Yeah, that was a curveball I don't think anybody saw coming.
Not at all. And that's where I will credit Faith, is that they faced an insurmountable obstacle. And their faith, it was the week of the shutdown. I mean, the week the world shut down, we got that notification that Dad had a brain tumor. I remember I bought a plane ticket that week, and his doctors told Mom he cannot come home because he can't see him.
Yeah.
So there's no point. And
was that the week of the surgery?
Mm-hmm. No, the surgery. So the surgery was the next week,
That's right.
But it was emergency surgery, and also that was about 3 or 4 weeks after his Bible flew off, or my Bible from high school. Do you know this story, Lauren? My Bible from high school flew off the bed of his truck.
Because he left it there because that's the Bible he uses for church.
And also because at that point, his brain was being impacted by a tumor.
Right.
And he was losing his senses. And so this Bible flew off the bed of his truck, landed somewhere, and on the other fucking side of town, this Bible was found by somebody at a gas pump at a gas station, and they turned it in to somebody that the person that owned the gas station worked at the gas station, also went to their church.
Yeah.
My friend Leah's mom.
Yeah.
And so her mom was working at a gas station. Somebody turned a Bible in, and it said, "To Matt Hayes." And it was the Bible that his dad was using at the time.
Yep.
And so that was a affirmative of his faith and their faith. And then a couple months later, COVID happened, and the world shut down, and his doctor told him he had a brain tumor.
That shit had me ruined.
Yeah. But not them. It didn't have them ruined. From the get-go, they knew that they were okay.
You didn't hear...
I wasn't there. What happened?
I don't know if you heard it in Dad's voice.
I heard it in Dad's voice in the sense that like they were trying to make sure that I was okay. So what did you hear?
No, just there was after the surgery. So it already had me ruined. The fabrics of reality were fraying for me, just because he's progressed so much and grown and is such a loving individual.
Our dad is the best man in the entire world.
We literally, me and my son, literally compare him to Moses.
There's no greater man than our father. Literally.
Well, I took off work to be there for that day at surgery, and
were you also did y'all have fear at that point? Was there a fear of like, oh, this is bad, or was it just like
I was? They didn't display it, but I was shattered.
So y'all that's news to me because y'all kept it from me pretty well, I think.
I hide things from a lot of people very well.
Well, as we all know from the 30 minutes that happened that were not recorded, we all know that.
Well, when I was there for the surgery, before surgery, it wasn't that bad. Because you're like seeing him, and he's there. He's a little bit upbeat, making some jokes, and then after surgery, they're like, "Okay, both of you can come in, but one at a time because the COVID, the shutdown."
Yeah.
And my mom goes in, I think like 10 or 15 minutes. She comes out, and there's a rent-a-cop outside. That sounds very mean. There was a security guard outside doing nothing but his job. I will defend him now saying this. But me standing there expecting my turn to go in there for 10 or 15 minutes and him saying no, I was ready to floor this dude and clean the whole hospital with him. And I was sitting there trying to converse with him in a way that was productive to get me in there, which was not happening, which makes me sound like a baby because I'm usually good at getting my way and talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned around and told Mom, I said, "You're about to have to call the cops because I will be going to jail because I'm going to bust in there."
Okay.
And luckily a nurse came out and said, "No, he's getting his 10 minutes too." Thank goodness. So I went in there, and this part's hard to talk about just because, he's on some form of life support, and there's a drain tube coming out of his head, and he's sitting there looking at me for, like, for me to be okay. And I was, there I was fine. I have no problem putting on a face when I'm in front of people. It's like, hey, it's good. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get through this. And it was good to see him, and I know it was good for him to see me. But after that, it was harder, I guess, because that was the last image of the one man on earth who I felt undeserving of this shit.
Yeah.
Was a drain tube coming out of his head with a bandage and scars everywhere.
Of all people.
And
not him.
Him almost seeming kind of lifeless. And him calling me while I'm at work, and me working on power lines and straight up shutting a job down because I don't want shit going on while I can't respond. And he would call me, and there was just this shakiness in his voice, and it was like it was just searching for some kind of reassurance from me. And I'm, of all people, like, you need reassurance from. It's not me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there holding it in, and telling him, yeah, I'm so happy to hear from you. You looked good the other day, and in my head, like, it makes you wonder, like, because he's in the ICU, which is standard protocol after a brain procedure, but.
That shocked our family for sure.
Yeah. And there were days at work where I would straight up postpone jobs and say I need to go get material, and like just pull off down a county road and just sit there and like literally beat the shit out of the interior of that truck. Or the tool bins, because with it being a work truck, nobody can tell what happened. Nobody really cares either.
Where's your faith now?
If anything, that restored it or maintained it.
If the divine were standing before you right now, what would you say?
Well,
are you
just from history, I'd like to think that I would be so struck in awe and shock that I would be speechless and think of nothing else that has ever been fabricated on Earth or this universe.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
Do you think Jesus is real?
I do.
In what regard?
Well, I think he came here to die for our sins.
Really?
I do. Just
do you think it was worth it?
That's why he is part of the Trinity and I'm not, because
ooh, good answer.
Just knowing me, myself, personally.
Sure.
I wouldn't come here for me. There's probably not a soul here I'd come for.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm sitting there in God's point of view, why waste my time?
Why these people, right?
Why these people? But there's got to be something. And it's got to be a reverb of love Maybe we're one of the creatures among the galaxy or universe or anything that can send that love back to him.
Garrett at his wedding told me there are two people that prove grace to him. It's Lauren and it's our dad.
It's because I'm undeserving of both.
You say that, and we all are, but yet you got it.
Yeah.
And yet we all get it from people that love us.
And if that's not, like I said, an example of God, I don't know what is.
I think that's a beautiful place to end this episode. Y'all, my brother Garrett is the most fucking great human in the world. And he's got the most fucking perfect wife in the world.
You're a babe.
She is a babe. And she's got a ring on her finger that could literally, like, take out blood vessels in your face.
Can you tell him I'm a cowboy?
And Garrett wants you all to know that he's a cowboy. Whatever that means. All right. Y'all.
Episode 2 coming tomorrow.
Episode 2?
Yeah.
No, so what's funny is that this is the Michael Jordan episode.
Michael, 23?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
See? He knows. None of my listeners will know what that means.
That's an odd number. You can't end on an odd number.
We're not.
No, I know, but I'm not ending on an odd number. We do 24 tomorrow.
You're not 24, but there's 24 coming up.
We're doing, 23 and a half tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
So this is Michael Jordan and out.
Game, respect, game.
And all the people said, gay men. Thank you all for listening to another episode of the Fagnostic Podcast hosted by me, Matt Hayes. You can find me at matthayes.com, that's MATHAYES.com, or on Just the Millennial socials at Hayes on It, HAYES on it. Please go subscribe, review, and share this podcast. And in the meantime, peace be with all y'all.
Hi, Michael Spicer here. Matt Hayes forgot to put my name in the credits of his podcast as the composer, but I'm here to tell you that I wrote the music for his podcast. Whatever it's called, I don't know.
All right, angle your chair towards me. No, don't. I want you to be comfortable. So just angle it like comfortably. Can you keep going, like, bring it around? No, the other way.
Bring it around.
Like, aim, like, face to face with me. Yeah, there you go. And can you give me a test?
Hello.
No, don't lean in. Just be comfortable.
Hello. Sometimes I poo-poo out my butt.
Okay.